Honorable Dwale, and all distinguished guests, good evening. I am actually the least qualified to speak about Honorable Dwale, and I consider myself extremely privileged that he has reminisced our interactions in a number of chapters of his book, from Kenya to The Hague and back. And since Honorable Dwale is my big brother, I want to start by saying thank you very much for putting me in a book. At least if I don't write anything, someone will read me somewhere in your book, and they will ask themselves, who was this Murkomen? Number two is to really say that I came to know Honorable Dwale because I was recruited to the School of Politics of William Ruto. I was actually picked like the way Jesus picked his disciples. And those of us who have worked with President Ruto, you know he's deliberate in recruiting people to work with him. He actually recruits. So I was this political analyst, and one day he had looked for me, and I had heard a word that he had said derogatory things about me to my member of parliament. So he told my member of parliament, where were you when this one was talking all these things he's talking on TV? I hear Lina told back and said, but he was in ODM with you. I wasn't hearing you. So one day he calls me. Okay, coincidentally we met at the airport. And so we land in Nairobi, and he spends 2 hours speaking to me about leadership and politics. And so he recruited me to his School of Leadership, and since then I've never left. That is where I met Dwale. I was a young boy, the briefcase carrier. Although I was a university lecturer at a young age, I was the one who used to take the notes behind the scenes. At some point, I was a mkono of Isaac Ruto, trying to reclaim UDM, which was being taken away from us. And soon thereafter, I became the mkono of the entire team to work on the URP agreement. And in the process, Dwale was always there. One thing about Dwale, one thing if you don't know about President William Ruto, he knows how to arrange his team, like a coach would arrange, like Pep Guardiola would do it, even though I don't like Man City, but he knows how to arrange his team. And so everybody had a strategic job to do in this URP. Even, I dare say, Honorable Chirao Hali Makwere had his role. Do you remember, Mr. President, I asked you, why would you go around with Chirao Hali Makwere? What votes will he bring? You told me, no, this is my Biden. because Obama was the president and he was younger, and there was a Biden old man called Chirao who was the vice president. So I said, okay, it's fine. So in the rallies I used to observe, Dwale would speak at the most critical moment of the rally. And amidst the noise and the loud voice of Dwale, there are very few public speakers who speak of it consistently.